morning, Ambrose Bees. So my name is Millie. I am a senior here with the Career Center, and we just wanted to talk to you about some virtual interview etiquette. So this might seem like it's kind of like an obtuse subject, but back in the day, we used to have etiquette classes just in normal everyday stuff. So I felt that it would be good for you guys to kind of hear this from someone who's actually dealt with this a couple times, and especially with you guys potentially going into the job field and the pandemic still kind of being a thing, I thought that it would be really nice for you guys to hear this. So starting off, some of you guys probably still live here on campus. A lot of you are probably either with roommates or you might live with your families, things like that. You might even have pets. So along that subject, I think the best thing to do first is start off with a discussion with them. See if you can do the interview in this situation. You know, will you be able to have the room to yourself? Will you be able to have the living room to yourself? Things like that. For your animals, are you going to be able to keep them in one area where they will not bark or meow at you if you need them to be quiet? Things like that. If you happen to have issues with the whole roommate conversation and they're like, hey, this isn't happening, I'm going to have a bunch of people over at that time, we're not compromising. We have a lot of options here on campus that you guys may or may not know about. You guys can rent rooms from the library, you can call the Career Center or email us and we can give you an interview room just like this. Or you can even probably reach out and touch base with other offices here on campus too that you were close to, or even some faculty members to see if you can use one of those spaces. In regards to space, obviously my background is pretty bland. And that's kind of what you want. You want to be the star of your own show. So with that being said, being someone who decorates their walls a lot, sometimes you're gonna have to compromise your need to express yourself on your walls with the professionality of the job. So some little tips and tricks of that is if they are something that you can take off the wall, you can totally do that. If you have a couple things and it's like not that big of a deal, then like don't worry about it. But like if you have head to toe frame coverage of posters or of paintings or whatever that you are just like, might not be the best option for the interview, just go ahead and try to hang up a sheet somewhere. It could be, you know, in a bathroom, or it could be if you have a bunk bed, you could tuck it underneath and just have it fall down. Things like that. Use the bed sheets. It's great. Solid colors are awesome. The only reason why I say that is because virtual backgrounds, they sometimes get fuzzy. And sometimes companies don't like the virtual backgrounds because it could just give them a different vibe. So if all you can do is a virtual background, that's totally okay. But if you can, try to make the real life situation around you better, especially if you tend to talk with your hands. I do. Dressing for the interview. So, pre-corona and corona college and the pandemic, we all understood the idea of dressing for success. You know, you're dressing for the job you want to have, not the job that you were interviewing for. Things like that. And so with that being said, you know, you should probably still look decent, you know, get your business casual on, think about, you know, what are these people expecting to see, and dress that way, you know, shower, do your hair, maybe do your makeup if you would like to. Be the person you would be in real life through a screen. And with that being said, if you don't have something, the Career Center has invested time and effort to get tons and tons of donations in for something that we call our career closet. It is something that you can use whenever you need professional clothing, whatever means it is. We have large ranges of sizes. We have men's and women's clothes. So genuinely, if you need anything, contact us because we have stuff, a lot of stuff. So it's like Goodwill, but like cooler. So, and you don't have to pay for it. So that's nice. Other than that, think about this too. Wear pants. I know that it might be funny and it's kind of like, no kidding, of course I'm going to wear pants. But like not just like basketball shorts, we're saying like pants. Like if you are wearing slacks, wear slacks. If you want to wear a skirt, wear a skirt. Don't wear pajama pants when you're doing your full interview. First of all, psychologically speaking, if you are dressed the part, you're gonna act better. If you are not, you're kind of like, hee hee, you don't know what's happening under here, and that's not good. It's gonna affect your performance. So, just do head to toe. Just do it. It's fine. Now, shoes, that's a different subject, but pants, always have pants. Testing your video and sound. This is another big thing, big tip. Always make sure that you can test it. I know that, especially on Zoom, I think, and maybe WebEx. But both of those, you can do a thing where you can test your audio and you can test your video. Do that. You should, because if something goes callywonkus, you want to be able to be like, I tried it, it was working, I don't know what happened, and then you kind of can go with process of elimination and figure it out. Other than that, technical difficulties happen, and they're really kind of awkward, and it's very much like, oh shoot, what do I do? You go into initial panic. You shouldn't. You need to stay calm. This kind of stuff happens. We've been doing this for almost 2-3 years now. Like, we get it. Stuff happens. And so when that kind of is in your mind, think about what could happen. You know, have you gotten your internet figured out? Is your stuff fully charged and connectable to the internet? Are they connecting well? You know, can you check the connection strength? And if so, do so. The other side of that too is that before you even start your interview, when you guys are introducing yourselves, ask them for a phone number to call them back at, or an email or whatever to follow up with if something were to happen. That's a really great way to kind of show your dedication to the interview and the process. Another way too is that, you know, we have these lovely things called laptops, but we also have these things called iPads. We also have these things called phones. And maybe if you are using Zoom, you can do that on both of those things. If you're using WebEx, you can do that on both of those things. So have some backups just in case something goes awry with your laptop, like your laptop dies, or for some reason your desktop just goes one day. All those things are great, but just keep it in mind. Have some backup plans, you know, not like 1 million, but like at least 2. Other than that, some things to kind of just keep in check with, like the week before your interview, think about a resume review. Think about stopping in, seeing if there's anything else you guys need to do. See if there's any material that they might be looking for. Reread the job description that you're applying for. See if there's any connections that you have to that company. Read about the company. That's the biggest thing. If they start asking you situational things of like, what do you feel about XYZ? They will probably be looking for something inside of their statements that they have said on their website, and it's for you in the world. So just read those things. Be educated about what you're getting into. You can't walk into John Deere and be like, you build motorcycles, right? Because they will laugh at you. They build tractors and they build like all that stuff. Lawnmowers. Yeah. Just get educated. Day of, just make sure that you are in a sane mind. You know, do some self-care, get some good food in you, eat before you do your interviews, you know, brush your teeth, take care of yourself. All of that jazz. So hopefully this is helpful. Being someone who has done interviews sitting on my floor in front of a bed sheet, it is helpful. And it's one of those things that you don't think about until it gets to you. And so just taking that extra step to kind of think about it ahead of time is also really fun. So if you guys have any questions or need any clarifications, feel free to email us at careercenter@sau.edu or give us a call. We're always there. We're having a good time. Or you can just stop in. We like chatting. So anyway, have a great day, guys, and good luck on your career fair.